The future is scary. The world continues onward towards collapse. The war between the great global superpowers is being fought on the fronts of advancement, the cultivation of powerful technology, always one step above what we know our enemies have. Human rights are fundamentally questioned as atrocities grace the headlines and riots consume the streets. The world heats up and those in power and our government are conglomerates and behind the scenes seem to do nothing to stop it. People feel as if they aren't being heard by the representation. The tension of class divide is seeping into the once safe middle class as society is being torn in two, the haves and the have-nots. Somehow the members of our society are still holding in there, barely holding in there, until a global virus threatens to extinguish it altogether. And although this game came out in 2011, there might not be a more fitting time to experience this. Deus Ex leads us on a journey through corporate espionage, shady organizations, conspiracy, mind-bending technology, and into the flames of a revolution. Humanity has discovered how to enhance our abilities, turning prosthetics used to aid the disabled into highly desirable human enhancement technology that allows us to break through the ceiling of human ability. Those with enhancement can be whoever they want to be. They can be stronger, they can be smarter, turn invisible, breathe poisonous gas, survive radiation and electricity. Abilities are limitless, and that very idea scares people. This power comes with a cost, as our bodies were never designed with the intention that we would add machines to them. So a costly drug, neuropozyne, must be used to quell the side effects of what is commonly referred to as implant rejection. We assume the role of Adam Jensen, security chief for leading implant manufacturer Seraph Industries. After an attack at Seraph Industries in which the corporation's top scientists and Adam were killed, Adam alone is brought back from the grave, with new abilities to boot. Adam is thrust into a quest for truth and revenge. Who are these terrorists? Why did they attack Seraph Industries? Why was he the only person brought back from the dead? And why does his boss, David Seraph, seem like he's hiding something? This is the world of human revolution. Adam explores his home of Detroit, the far shores of a double-layered city in China, and the media capital of the world, Montreal, and is amply given opportunities to utilize his newfound powers in his mission. And why wouldn't he? You often find yourself sneaking through laboratories, offices, and homes you should not be in. If we could turn ourselves invisible and mute our footsteps when we're sneaking around, why wouldn't we? If we could program our brains to know the right words to say to someone, to talk them off of the ledge, why wouldn't we? We're saving lives. We're exposing the truth. Why would we make this any harder than it has to be? We know that we have good intentions. But what if somebody else had this power? Someone who wasn't us, who we didn't know, and whose conviction might not be as strong as ours. Are we still comfortable with that power fantasy? The world of human revolution is centered around powerful corporations and influential people in power, and not much suspension of disbelief is needed to accept the fact that we don't know what these entities want and whether those who represent us actually have our back. Seraph Industries, for example, is responsible for bringing Adam back from the dead after he was fatally shot in a terrorist attack on the company. He was shot in the head, one arm was permanently destroyed. Why was he implanted with two cybernetic arms concealing blades that can be used to quickly and quietly kill? Why does his body have the potential to be armed with a mass explosive system designed for military defense contracts? David Seraph, his boss, doesn't seem to want to provide many answers. Adam will tell you he never chose this, never had the opportunity to. This was done not so much for him as it was done to him, but what for? Who's benefiting off of everything that he's doing? And if this was truly an altruistic endeavor, then why weren't some or all of the victims of that terrorist attack given the same life-saving treatment opportunity as Adam was? Humanity Front, a lobbying group against the research of human enhancement technology, has ties to terrorist groups. It has enough of the city wrapped up in its rhetoric that riots break out. Hugh Darrow, the founding father of this technology, has had enough and is disappointed in his creation. If he is to renounce this creation, how can we trust that his next project, ending global warming, won't just be abandoned as soon as things get ugly over there? Each of these people and others use Adam, and each claims it's for the greater good, yet each quietly retreats back into the shadows. Who are we supposed to stand behind? The ending of the game presents us with a catastrophe. An event that would ruin the course of human enhancement technology forever. An event so disturbing, no one would ever trust those involved ever again. And Adam is empowered once again, this time, to choose his Deus Ex Machina, the God in the machine. 3 people stand in front of Adam, professing that their solution to this event is the only way to progress onward, to save the future, to make things right. And it's up to us, based on everything that we've experienced, everything that we've seen, who we trust to make things right. One would lie about this event so that technology could move onward without the unnecessary stain of human lives pulling it back. They see that technology has always become more advanced and more accessible to everyone as research and development is funded. And if making human enhancement technologies available to everyone can launch the next phase of human evolution, we should chase it. We should steal fire from the gods. They realize that it isn't so idealistic, that some will inevitably be left behind. But this is human nature. We have always chosen progress even when it has endangered us, and we have always survived. Another leader wants to lie and spin the story so that the technology isn't at fault so much as the lack of regulation is. Regulation is almost universally a good thing, especially in the case of rapidly rising companies with nothing holding them back. How many times have we seen technology outpace policy? If we could simply regulate technology more effectively, we would never have a repeat of this disturbing event ever again. We would need an outside governing body, one free of red tape and speculation, a secret organization. They assure us that the right people will be making the right choices, but who gets to ensure that? The common people surely don't. They wouldn't even know who these people are, yet their fates are being left up to them. The last person offering up solutions advises to simply tell the truth of what happened and to let people decide what they think of this technology after they've seen the disasters, the mistakes, the cover-ups hidden along the way. They could reject modernity, government, corporations, the society they fit into altogether. But don't people fundamentally deserve to know what is happening? Each of these people make good arguments to their cause, and each of them have important consequences. There is no good or bad metric to judge these solutions against. We judge these on a different scale. We weigh their ideas against our experiences, our observations. Maybe we didn't see enough of something in-game to make a critical decision based on what they say, so we compare it to something we know about in real life. None of their solutions give us a clear answer on how things will play out. They're all ideas that require faith. Some of these ideas place faith in affluent people. some in strong organizations, some in the common people who are being trusted to make the right decisions about their own future. We are picking a God and trusting in their virtue. What is more important to us, progress, unity, or trust? How do the things these people are preaching to us compare to the things we've seen them do? How does it compare to what we've seen with our own eyes? How practical are these ideas? How realistic is it that these ideas can actually succeed? And is it worth picking a worse but safer solution over the more idyllic one? If we leave decisions up to regular people instead of these gods, can we trust them to make the right one? Can we trust them to make the right decision, even the ones who stoop to depravity, manipulation, whose morality has no constraints? How much can we forgive before this pursuit becomes a tragedy? Much of what we define as the good sides of humanity come from a place of weakness. We love one another because we crave interaction. We share because we hope someone would share with us when we are in need. If we empower ourselves beyond how we are, do we lose empathy in our humanity in the process? Do we feel that the people empowered in our society have empathy for us right now? What if this technology was never worth the pursuit? Couldn't we have put the knowledge of the great scientists and engineers involved, the efforts of these organizations trying to organize the spin on world events, and the quest for truth into understanding a more noble cause, like ending poverty or disease, furtherment of education, or ending the Earth's self-evident problems, natural disaster, global warming, overpopulation? These are beautiful questions to ask ourselves. The amazing thing is that it won't provide you with answers, just a toy box to experiment with, and the opportunity to reflect and develop our own feelings. In 2020, we don't have human enhancement technology, but we can see it from here. Until then, we can get ready. We can enhance ourselves by learning about ourselves and our world, and discovering our place within it, and then fulfilling that role. It won't come easy. It won't come without asking difficult questions and facing difficult truths. But it will be worth it. And change never comes without pain.